Good afternoon. It must be Wednesday, and this is Ask the Mayor. I'm Mike Walsh. This is 740 Main Street, East Hartford, and we have one question today, which I'll answer, but then I have three important pieces of information that I think the community needs to know about, so I'll go into that after I answer the question. This question comes from Terrence, and it's a pretty simple one. Are there any plans for the former Rite Walgreens on Ellington Road? In Terrence, the answer is no. That is currently being offered out for lease by a company that the owners have hired. We did get a little bit of a bite for a marijuana dispensary, but that has since fizzled out. So at the moment, we have no information regarding any interest with respect to that Rite Aid's in Walgreen on Ellington Road. So hopefully that answers the question for Terrence. Three pieces of information, very important pieces of information. You may have seen on Friday via our website and social media that the police department is conducting a Safe Streets traffic initiative for the next 3 months. Why is this important? Is I heard loudly and clearly, as well as the police department heard loudly and clearly, that you want people to slow down on the town of East Hartford streets. You don't want them blowing through stop signs, and we want the reckless driving stopped. In short, we want to reclaim our community. So the Safe Streets initiative, and I know it went into effect because I had a very angry gentleman come to my office yesterday. He received a $134 ticket for going through a stop sign, and he wanted me to basically eliminate it. The mayor's office doesn't have that capability, so if a police officer issues you a ticket, your only way to appeal it as a moving violation is really to the state of Connecticut in a process that likely results in a court appearance. But that being said, save the $134 and simply stop at the stop signs, slow your speed down, make our community a safer place. But here's some statistics related to why this was rolled out by the police department. They've seen a noticeable increase in serious and fatal motor vehicle accidents. They've also seen an increase in aggressive and reckless drivers on our roadways. These increases have also been realized by the citizens, and I know that to be true because you've complained to my office. So as we continue to field concerns about speeding, stop signs violations, and reckless driving, Safe Streets Traffic Initiative was created. While we can't fix the entire state, we will aggressively be addressing them in our community here in East Hartford. More statistics: in 2021, there were 1,214 accidents reported in our community. 200 of those were with injuries. Normally, the average for the last year, for the previous 5 actually, was 989. So we're up over 200 accidents a year, proof positive that we're simply just driving too fast. Here's even the most concerning part. We had 7 incidents which resulted in 8 fatalities in 2021. So do your community a favor, do yourself a favor, avoid the ticket, slow down, stop at the stop signs. And as much as the $134 ticket is bad news, your insurance rates will go up dramatically more. So on behalf of the town, slow it down. The police will be doing this as a public service campaign through social media platform pushouts. They'll be utilizing town message boards and electronic message boards placed on the roadways. They'll direct officers to remain highly visible. They'll do directed patrols, as well as safety and spot checks at various traffic checkpoints throughout town for the next 3 months. Finally, there will be additional staffing of officers. So again, on behalf of the town, let's slow down, let's be safe out there. Item number 2, Town Council approves an increase to the income eligibility requirements for elderly and disabled homeowners and tax relief program. Now, I want to be clear, when I went door to door, I had heard that the tax burden in our community was steep. Now, you've heard me repeat 100 times that we're 109 out of 169 communities, but we also know that no matter the tax increase, no matter our rating, it falls disproportionately on our senior citizens. So this has now been moved from $700 to $900. You need to come in if your income is $61,400 or less as a married individual and $53,100 or less as a single individual to claim up to $900. The application period is through May 15th, and here's what you need to be. at least 65 years of age as of December 31st, 2021. The property must be your primary residence as of October 1st. You must be a permanent resident of the state of Connecticut as October 1, 2021. No joint Florida, Connecticut. You got to live here. This has to be your home. And again, married people, 61,004. Single people, 53,001. And that's a full $15,000 over the state eligibility requirements. Also, you may have investment vehicles like IRAs and so forth that are for your retirement that aren't counted. But excluding your house, you're to not have anything in excess of $100,000 in total in terms of assets. So again, any retirement investment vehicles, IRAs and the like, 401ks, anything that's non-taxable, take out of the equation, and also take out of the equation the value of your house. Besides those two, total value of assets can't exceed $100,000. You can come into town hall, make an appointment with our social services area, and include your 2021 federal income tax return in all schedules. Again, income limits are higher by $4,000 this year. So if you were on the local option last year, $4,000 more this year. We expect more people to qualify, and that benefit goes from $700 to $900. So come in and claim your tax relief. The third thing you may have seen via social media is we understand our inspections and permits department to the average individual or the average resident may look like a complex place to do business. Occasionally we get complaints because someone may go try to put up a pool, they get it out of Walmart for $90, and they really don't realize that they have to now fence in their yard, they have to ground that pool, and they basically have to make it safe. We're here as inspections and permits to make your house and those things that you use in your house safe. That could be a pool, that could be roofing, that could be siding, that could be windows, that could be water heaters. We want to stand between you and your vendor to make sure you get the safest installation possible and it complies with building and other housing code rules and regulations. So again, we don't do this as a punitive value. It's not something to be skipped. It's a skilled professional division that is here for you to make sure you get the most out of your contractor. So in order to explain that, Kate out of my office is running a social media campaign that'll probably last the better part of 8 weeks. And it will include in week 1 a general overview of what inspections and permits is. Week 2, your need for permits. Week 3, how to call for an inspection. And then those things I mentioned in weeks 4 through 8, swimming pools, roofing, siding, windows, and water heaters. You should know that Bruce Cohen, who was our electrical inspector, is now our acting interim director on an indefinite basis. And Bruce is focusing on making the user experience within inspections and permits more palpable to the average resident who may not understand what they need to do for a safe installation. Our zoning enforcement is run by a young lady named Vilma DeLeon, and she's now going to report to Jeff Cormier in the development office. We think that will provide the users of our zoning enforcement team a better user experience when they come in here into Town Hall. Finally, blight is handled by Joe Cortez, and it'll be under my supervision until June 30th. I'm not at all happy with what's going on out there. No fault of Joe's, he's working the best that he can, but we're down 2 employees and 1 secretary. We've had interviews over the last couple of days. We'll be making some job offers. We'll be up to full staff, and we'll be able to get out to the community and identify those things that you're calling my office about with respect to blight. So all that I ask is that everyone be patient with us. We're staffing up, and our focus over the summer will absolutely be blight. Finally, the social media campaign is to provide some connective tissue between that department, the complex job they do, and the citizens who may not understand it. So again, this is Mike Walsh at 740 Main Street, and it must be Wednesday if this is Ask the Mayor. Have a great day, everybody.